I have learned something very powerful, my dear. Something that changed the way I live, the way I think, the way I breathe. I have learned the secret to being relaxed and happy every single day. Not sometimes, not when things are perfect, but in every season, in every challenge, in every unknown step. And I want to share this with you today so that you can attract everything your heart has been asking for. I've learned that happiness is not a reward we receive once life becomes easy. Happiness is a decision that transforms life into something easy. When you choose to feel good first, the universe rearranges everything to match that vibration. You do not wait for peace, you become peace. You do not wait for joy, you become joy. You do not wait for the blessing, you become the energy that blessings recognize. This is why I always say, today I choose to feel good first. Because feeling good is not selfish. Feeling good is spiritual alignment. When you feel good inside, you allow good to reach you. When you cultivate happiness from within, life naturally gives you more reasons to smile. Let me ask you something gently. How long have you been postponing happiness? How many days have you told yourself, just a little more stress, then I'll relax? How many times have you said, when everything settles, then I will feel better? But my dear, life never fully settles. Life keeps moving, life keeps shifting, and the only constant you will ever truly have is your inner world, your thoughts, your feelings, your choices. That is why I choose happiness first, not because everything is perfect, but because I understand that happiness creates the perfection I used to chase. So each morning I say, today I choose to feel good first. I choose calm. I choose ease. I choose grace. I choose joy. This is not pretending everything is okay. This is deciding that everything will be okay. Another truth I have learned is that clarity is essential. Clarity brings peace. Clarity brings direction. Clarity brings alignment. Most people want their dreams to come true, but their dreams are foggy. They say, I want abundance, but they do not define abundance. They say, I want love, but they do not define love. They say, I want a better life, but they do not define the feeling of that life. A vague mind attracts vague results. A clear mind attracts miracles. So I ask myself questions that shape my desires. What does abundance look like in my daily life? How does love show up for me? What does a joyful life feel like in my body? Where do I wake up each morning? What kind of environment supports my happiest self? When I become clear on what I desire, the universe becomes clear on how to deliver it. And clarity always brings calm, because clarity removes confusion, doubt, and chaos. When you know what you want, you no longer waste energy on what you do not want. You stop chasing everything and start attracting the right things. You stop grasping for security and start feeling secure from within. Clarity is a soft and steady form of power, and power combined with peace creates miracles. Now I want to tell you the most important part. You do not attract what you want. You attract who you believe yourself to be. This was a life-changing realization for me. For many years I affirmed, I want love. I want success. I want peace. But deep inside, I felt unworthy of those things. And so my desires remained distant, like stars I could see but never touch. But when I decided that I was already worthy, already enough, already chosen, life began responding differently. You see, your identity is a frequency. Your beliefs about yourself send out a signal. I deserve this, or I don't deserve this. And the universe always listens. So if you want a new life, you must adopt a new self-image. You must become the version of you who already has the love, the wealth, the peace, the joy. Not someday now, not when everything changes now, not when people approve now, because it is not the world that decides who you are. You decide who you are, and then the world adjusts. So I began living as her, the version of me who already has the life she loves. I asked myself, how does she think? She thinks lovingly. She thinks confidently. She thinks with gratitude for what is coming. How does she speak? She speaks encouragement. She speaks truth. She speaks dreams as though they are facts. How does she move through her day? With lightness, with faith, with joy, with patience. And what does she no longer do? She no longer worries about time. She no longer forces anything. She no longer apologizes for wanting more. She no longer tries to control. She no longer doubts her worth. And I said to myself daily, I become the version of me who already has it. This is why I am always relaxed and happy. Not because everything is easy, but because everything becomes easier when I stop resisting and start allowing. I no longer chase, I attract. I no longer fear the unknown. I trust the unfolding. I no longer rush. I enjoy the becoming. When your identity aligns with your desires, manifestation becomes natural. When your inner world becomes peaceful, abundance flows with ease. When you declare, I deserve to feel good, life agrees with you. I want you to breathe in this truth with me. You are not waiting for happiness to arrive. Happiness is waiting for you to allow it. The universe is not asking you to suffer first. The universe is asking you to receive now. You are not here to earn joy. You are here to experience joy. And the moment you decide that joy is your default setting, joy begins to claim you. So here is your new morning declaration. Today, I choose to feel good first. Not because life is perfect, but because you are perfectly aligned with the good that is coming. Clarity is my magnet, not because you chase outcomes, but because outcomes chase those who know what they desire. I become the version of me who already has it. Not because you pretend, but because your future self is already calling your name. My darling, these are only the first gentle steps, just simple ideas to help you remember the truth that has always lived inside you. You are meant to feel good, and you are meant to receive good. When you choose happiness first, the universe opens doors you didn't even know existed. When you choose clarity, what you desire becomes easier to reach. And when you choose to become the version of you who already has the life you dream of, that dream is no longer in the future. It begins now. But this is just the beginning. There is so much more for you. More joy, more peace, more miracles, more answers your soul has been waiting for. What I've shared with you today is the foundation, the doorway, the invitation. If you want to expand your ability to manifest, if you want to learn the deeper principles that make everything flow effortlessly, then stay with me. There are beautiful teachings ahead. There are powerful practices coming. There are layers of magic waiting to be awakened in you. Don't leave just when things are getting good. Take a deep breath, smile softly. You are right where you need to be, and the best is yet to come. If you are truly ready to change your life, then we must begin with the mind, the sacred doorway through which every experience enters. I want you to imagine your mind as a beautiful garden. Every thought is a seed. Some seeds grow flowers, others grow weeds. Every word you hear, every story you believe, every voice you entertain, it all takes root inside you. And what takes root eventually grows into your reality. So let me ask you something gently. Who have you allowed to plant seeds in your mind? Are they voices that lift you or voices that shrink you? Most of us were never taught to guard our thoughts. We were taught to accept whatever we hear, whatever we see, whatever the world throws at us. But you are wiser now. You are awakening. You are remembering that your mind is a sacred space, and not everyone or everything deserves access. If a TV show makes you anxious, turn it off. If a conversation leaves you drained, walk away. If social media convinces you that you are behind, close it. Protecting your mind is not being sensitive. It is being sovereign. And sovereignty over your inner world is where all true power begins. Whisper with me. I choose only thoughts that honor my peace. There is a moment, a beautiful moment, when you realize you do not have to react to everything you think or everything that happens. That is the moment you reclaim your power. Many people live in survival mode, constantly waiting for the next crisis, the next attack, the next disappointment. Their nervous system is always bracing, always tightening, always preparing for danger that isn't even here. And you may have lived that way too, but it is time to move into a new mode, creative living. Creative living is when you wake up with possibility in your heart instead of fear. It is when you respond rather than react. When you choose what you focus on instead of letting the world distract you in 1,000 directions. Order in the mind creates order in the life. When you declutter your inner world regrets, overthinking, assumptions, imaginary scenarios, you create space for clarity, for intuition, for miracles, and you begin to act from intention rather than habit. You begin to build your future instead of repeating your past. I want you to feel how empowered you are in this moment. You decide what you believe. You decide what deserves your energy. You decide the frequency you live in. Say softly, my mind is my home. I keep it clean. I keep it calm. I keep it mine. Relaxation is one of the most powerful affirmations of faith you will ever practice. People misunderstand relaxation. They think it means doing nothing. But spiritually, relaxation means I trust life enough to unclench. When you believe everything is falling apart, Your body tightens as if bracing can stop the storm. But when you believe everything is falling into place, your body softens because you no longer need to protect yourself from blessings. Yes, you read that right. Sometimes the very thing you call a problem is your miracle, disguised as disruption. If you truly trusted that the universe is arranging everything for your highest good, how would you breathe? How would you sleep? How would you speak to yourself? Fear says, I must control everything. Faith says, I surrender and allow the good that is already mine. Every time you release tension from your shoulders, you send a message to the universe. I believe in divine timing. Every time you replace frantic effort with calm action, you are telling life, I expect good. And life listens. It always listens. Repeat this with me. Relaxation is faith. My peace proves I trust. I want you to become the calmest person you know, not because your life is easy, but because your trust is strong. Calm does not mean you ignore difficult things. It means you approach them from your center, not from your chaos. Calm turns fear into clarity. Calm turns pressure into purpose. Calm invites solutions that stress could never see. Your nervous system has been trying so hard to protect you for so long, but now it can rest because you are remembering the truth. You are supported. Even when you can't see how, the path forms beneath your feet. Even when you don't have the answer is finding you. Even when doors close, protection is happening behind the scenes. When you relax, you allow miracles to find you effortlessly because you are no longer racing past them. Take a slow breath with me, in and out. Feel how your body melts. Feel how your soul sighs in relief. Feel how safety returns the moment you decide to believe in the good again. So, my dear, from this moment forward, let relaxation be your new way of living. Let joy be your proof that you trust. Let calm be your compass instead of fear. Every time doubt whispers, what if things don't work out? You gently reply, what if everything works out even better than I imagined? This is not denial. This is creation. This is conscious choosing. This is how you manifest a life that feels like peace, because the more you relax, the more you allow. The more you allow, the more you receive. And the more you receive, the more you realize goodness was always trying to reach you. Let this be your truth now. I trust the process of life. Life supports me. All is well in my world. Your calm is your crown. Your peace is your power. And your belief is the magnet for every blessing already on its way. And so, my darling, let's continue with this beautiful truth. Transformation becomes effortless when you learn how to work with the subconscious mind. And the perfect time to do that is right before sleep. I want you to think of the nighttime as your most powerful manifestation window. In those soft minutes between wakefulness and dreaming, your mind is relaxed, your guard is down, and your subconscious is listening with pure openness. There is no fear arguing with possibility. There is no past trying to limit your future. There is only you and creation. So tonight, when your head touches the pillow, gift yourself a new identity. See yourself as already healed, already safe, already abundant, already loved. Imagine waking up tomorrow with everything you have ever prayed for already yours. Feel the relief, feel the joy, feel the security of knowing that what once seemed far away is now your new home. The brain does not understand pretend. It only understands repetition and emotion. So if you feel the dream deeply enough, it becomes a memory your mind wants to fulfill. Whisper this softly as your eyes become heavy. Tonight, I fall asleep as the version of me who already has everything I desire. The subconscious loves confidence. It responds to certainty, so give it certainty. Let your imagination be bold. Let your heart be brave. Let your mind believe again, not in what could go wrong, but in everything that is already going right behind the scene. Your nights are not meant for worrying. They are meant for designing your miracles. Let this be your new ritual. As you drift to sleep, choose one scene from your ideal life and play it in your mind like the most beautiful movie. Feel the warmth of that moment in your chest. Let the emotion rise. Your subconscious speaks the language of feeling, not logic. So show it how good life already feels for you. Show it the version of you who wakes up excited for the day, who trusts life, who knows that everything is unfolding with divine perfection. When you center these images in your heart, while your brain is sliding into theta state, you are literally giving instructions to creation itself. Make this my reality. What a gentle, magical way to manifest. No forcing, no rushing, no doubting, just drifting into the dream and letting the universe take notes. And as you sleep, your beliefs begin to change themselves. Your nervous system softens, your heart remembers, your energy aligns. You wake up different, not because something outside you changed, but because something inside you opened. Now, let's talk about the secret that separates those who transform from those who stay stuck. Repetition. You have practiced certain fears for so long that they began to feel like your personality. You have repeated certain doubts so often that they became your identity, and yet not one of them was ever your truth. They were simply thoughts you heard and repeated until your mind believed them. The voice saying, "I'm not enough," learned. The belief that love leaves you, learned. The idea that abundance is rare, learned. And if it was learned, my darling, it can be unlearned. When you repeat a new belief, one rooted in love, in worthiness, in possibility, the brain begins rewiring. New pathways form, new evidence appears, new experiences arrive to match the new expectation. This is not superstition. This is neurobiology. This is spiritual law. This is what happens when you teach your mind a kinder story. Every time you affirm, "I am worthy," you dissolve years of doubt. Every time you affirm, "Good things always find me," the universe smiles and says, "I know." Every time you affirm, "Life loves me," the world reorganizes just to show you how true that is. Repetition is the mother of transformation. You water the seed again and again until one day the garden blooms. So from this moment forward, I want you to become intentional with the sentences you repeat daily. If an old belief tries to speak, you thank it for trying to protect you, and then you choose differently. Because now you know the truth. Your mind becomes what you feed it. You deserve thoughts that nourish you, thoughts that lift you, thoughts that support your highest life. Look in the mirror and let your new identity take shape. Repetition creates reality. Repetition builds belief. I am choosing thoughts that build the life I want. And say it with love. Say it with faith. Say it enough times until your cells feel it, your heart believes it, and your world reflects it. You are not trying to become someone new. You are remembering who you were before fear taught you to be small. This is your return to your wholeness. Night after night, thought by thought, affirmation by affirmation. And I promise you, the moment you commit to loving repetition, your entire life will move in a new direction, a direction that feels like peace, like alignment, like joy, like home. Imagine a child learning to ride a bicycle. On the first try, they wobble. On the second, they fall. On the third, they cry. But each time, they are learning balance, courage, and trust in their own strength. No one looks at that child and says, "You failed 3 times, so you'll never ride." We cheer for them because we know that just a few more attempts will change everything. And yet, somewhere along the way into adulthood, we begin telling ourselves the opposite. One attempt failed, so this isn't for me. One rejection means I should give up. One heartbreak means love is not safe. My darling, that is not truth, just conditioning. You were designed for growth through repetition. You are allowed to take 10 chances. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to start again and again until the fear becomes so small that your courage barely notices its presence. I call this the 10%. Target each brave act, each new attempt, each "I will try again" raises your confidence 10%, raises your faith 10%, raises your alignment 10%. And 10% at a time, a completely new life takes shape. I want you to give yourself permission to be a beginner again. Beginners are hopeful, curious, open. Beginners don't expect perfection, they expect discovery. What would happen if you approached life that way again? If you said, "Let me explore," instead of "I must succeed immediately"? Growth becomes joyful. Experiments become adventures, and your identity shifts from someone who fears failure into someone who thrives through courage. Look at each attempt like a doorway. One door leads to another, and every door leads forward. You are never wasting time when you try. You are building the version of you who can hold the blessing you are asking for. Every brave step says, "I believe in my becoming." And belief is the foundation of every miracle. The truth is, life rewards those who show up. Not the most talented, not the most certain, not the most ready, but the ones who dare. You can choose to wait for permission forever, or you can choose to move before you feel entirely prepared. Because confidence does not come first, action does. You don't take action because you are fearless. You become fearless because you take action. So when that tiny whisper inside says, try again, honor it. That whisper is your future self calling you forward. That whisper knows what you're capable of. It knows that 10 attempts from now, you will be grateful you didn't quit after the first. So now, I ask you to take a moment and breathe, inhale, possibility, exhale, limitation. Place your hand over your heart and say gently, I am allowed to try again. Let your nervous system feel the permission. Let your heart feel supported. Let that be your new truth. And each time your beautiful mind starts writing a scary story about failure, pause and rewrite. Every attempt is progress. Every step is movement. Every brave moment is a victory. Because the universe is not counting how many times you fell, only how many times you chose to rise. Now, let's talk about the difference between obsessing over what you want and allowing what you want. Imagine clutching a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the more the sand falls away. Desire held with fear creates pressure. Desire held with trust creates freedom. When you obsess, you tell life, I don't believe this will come unless I struggle, chase, or cling. Obsession broadcasts worry. It creates anxiety. It puts your dreams on a pedestal so high that you become afraid to touch them, and fear blocks receiving. Blockage doesn't come from the absence of effort, it comes from the absence of trust. Allowing, on the other hand, is calm. It has confidence. It says quietly, this is already mine. It is on its way. I do not need to force it. Allowing invites, attracts, welcomes. Think of a flower. Does it panic about blooming? Does it compare timelines with other flowers? No. It simply unfolds because blooming is natural, receiving is natural, abundance is natural. Love is natural. What is unnatural is trying to control every detail of the process. The universe has already organized your blessings. They are traveling to you. They are guided to you. But you must be open. Open hands receive. Open hearts receive. Open minds receive. The moment you relax, the moment you soften, the moment you trust, everything you desire moves closer. You don't attract what you chase. You attract what you believe you are allowed to have. So if you feel yourself obsessing, refresh your energy with allowing. When your mind says, why isn't it here yet? Gently respond, it's already on its way. When fear says, what if it never happens? Softly reply, what if it happens better than I imagined? That shift changes everything. It turns anxiety into alignment. It turns the waiting room into preparation time. And it tells the universe, I trust your timing more than my fear. I want you to sit with that truth. Let it settle into your nervous system. Relaxation is proof of faith. The more you trust, the less you stress. The less you stress, the more you receive. It is a beautiful circle of creation. And every time you choose to let go just a little, you make more space for blessings to reach you. Close your eyes for a moment and feel the relief of surrender. No deadlines, no pressure, no gripping, just trust, just allowing, just the knowing that you are loved so deeply by life that it will not let you miss what is meant for you. Say it gently, with tenderness toward your own soul. I allow blessings to arrive in their perfect time. Let that be the vibration that leads you now, because the life you want is already unfolding. Your only task is to let it in. Tell me something, my love. How would your life feel if you no longer needed to argue, defend, or prove anything ever again? How light would your shoulders feel? How peacefully would your heart beat? How much more joy could you hold if you simply allowed yourself to live without constantly trying to convince the world of your worth? I want you to take a moment right now and really imagine it. A version of you who no longer enters battles of opinions, who no longer tries to change minds, who no longer chases validation that was never required to begin with. This version of you simply chooses peace. This version of you knows that if peace costs your voice, it's still worth it, because peace is a language of its own. You see, arguments are almost always the result of fear trying to feel safe. We argue when we feel unseen, when we feel misunderstood, when we believe that our worth somehow depends on someone else agreeing with us. But peace comes when you finally realize that your truth does not become less true if someone else refuses to understand it. A peaceful mind has nothing to prove. A peaceful heart does not chase. A peaceful soul does not fight to be chosen. It chooses itself. And choosing yourself is the most powerful decision you will ever make. Peace is not the absence of noise. Peace is the presence of self-trust. It's the moment you decide that the calm inside your mind matters more than anything happening outside of you. Imagine yourself standing at a crossroads. One path leads to drama, overthinking, reaction, the endless need to explain yourself. The other path leads to silence, centeredness, inner alignment. One path drains you. The other path restores you. And yet, many of us keep choosing the draining path, not because we want chaos, but because we don't yet believe we are allowed to walk away from it. My dear, you have full permission to protect your peace. You have full permission to say, no, thank you. You have full permission to step back from conversations that hurt your spirit and expectations that suffocate your joy. Say it softly with me, as if you are speaking to your own inner child. Peace is a choice I make. Peace is a boundary I honor. Peace is my home, and I deserve to live there. Some people will tell you that choosing peace makes you weak, that silence means defeat, that walking away means you've lost. But that belief comes from a world addicted to winning arguments instead of winning freedom. The strongest people I know are the ones who could choose destruction but choose peace instead. The ones who could raise their voice but choose to raise their standards instead. The ones who could fight for attention but choose to fight for their joy instead. A peaceful mind is not passive, it is power under perfect control. And today, I want you to reclaim that power. With each breath, with each gentle decision, with each quiet refusal to let chaos rule your inner world, you become more of who you truly are. Peace is a daily practice, a daily choice, a daily commitment to tenderness. It is not a competition you must win, not a prize you need to earn. Peace is your birthright. Peace is your natural state. Peace is where your soul remembers itself. So, the next time someone tries to pull you into their storm, choose instead to invite them into your calm or simply keep walking. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't have to fix every misunderstanding. Your peace is sacred. Your peace is precious. Your peace is proof that you trust life more than fear. And oh, how beautiful it is to trust life like that. Now, let us talk about one of the greatest misunderstandings in manifestation. The idea that you must figure out every detail of how your dreams will come true. That is not your job. That is the universe's brilliance. Your job is the desire. Your job is the feeling. Your job is the action that feels aligned and loving. But the how belongs to the divine. The how belongs to timing. The how belongs to the infinite intelligence that already knows the fastest, gentlest, most miraculous route to bring you exactly where you belong. Let's play with a metaphor. Imagine ordering a beautiful meal at a restaurant. You look at the menu, you decide what you want, and you place your order. You do not rush into the kitchen to cook it yourself. You do not worry whether they have enough ingredients or whether the chef knows the recipe. You simply trust the process because you understand how restaurants work. But when it comes to our dreams and desires, suddenly we panic. We chase the cook. We demand to know every step. We doubt whether the kitchen is even real. And all that worry does is delay delivery. Faith means placing an order with the universe and allowing it to be prepared without micromanaging the kitchen. I want you to notice something even simpler, the breath in your lungs. You inhale, you exhale. You trust that your body knows how. You don't stand there commanding your lungs what to do. The process works because you surrender to its intelligence. The same intelligence that breathes you also leads you. So every time you worry about how something will happen, let the breath remind you. Life knows how to care for you without your instructions. Life has been loving you since your very first heartbeat. Life has been guiding you before you were even aware there was something to want. Life wants you to win. Life wants you to rise. Life wants you to receive lovingly, not anxiously. So here is the truth that will set you free. You do not manifest through effort, you manifest through alignment. You do not attract what you chase, you attract what you believe you deserve. You do not need to push doors open. What is meant for you already has the key. When you decide clearly what you want, when you feel the joy of already having it, when you take one loving step at a time, the universe begins arranging everything behind the scenes. People you have never met start thinking about you. Opportunities you haven't asked for begin forming. Blessings that were waiting in the wings finally step into view. Not because you forced them, but because you allowed them. Right now, the universe is organizing pathways, aligning timing, preparing support, softening the hearts of those who will help you. What looks stuck is quietly shifting. What looks delayed is being perfected. What feels empty is being filled with invisible grace. And while you rest, while you trust, While you choose peace over fear, life is working in your favor. So when doubt whispers, "What if it never happens?" respond gently with this truth. What if it happens in a way that amazes me? And feel the relief that comes from handing the how back to the divine. I want you to place your hand on your heart again. Breathe slowly. Then speak this truth like you are speaking to the deepest part of yourself. I decide what I want. I feel it already mine. I do my part with love, and I let the universe handle the rest. Let that be your new way of living. Let that be your new standard of peace. Let that be your new relationship with miracles. Because the moment you stop trying to control the how comes running to find you. You are safe to relax now. You are safe to trust now. You are safe to let life support you, and it will. It always will. You know, there comes a time in every person's life when they finally realize life is not something that happens to me. Life is something that responds to me. We spend so much of our early years waiting for someone to choose us, waiting for the right moment, waiting for confidence, waiting until we feel ready. But what if I told you that readiness comes after you begin? What if I told you that you are not here to fit into the world, you are here to shape it with your presence? You didn't come to Earth to live on autopilot. You didn't come to survive routines and repeat yesterday forever. You came here to discover, to explore, to express, to co-create with life itself. You are not a passenger in your existence, you are the driver. I want you to feel that truth in your bones. Your life is your art. Your thoughts are your brush. Your choices are your colors. And every day you stand before a blank canvas. Some people are terrified by that blankness. They freeze. They hesitate. They say, "I'll wait until I am sure." But I want you to gently, lovingly paint anyway, even if the first strokes are messy, even if others don't immediately understand what you are creating, even if the world expects you to stay small. Remember, expansion is your nature. The world evolves when people stop asking for permission and start choosing their own path. The world needs you to say yes to yourself. Think for a moment. How often have you let someone else's opinion decide what you do next? How often have you postponed your own happiness because you feared judgment? How often have you dimmed your light just to make others comfortable? My dear, shrink no more. You were never meant to disappear to make others feel okay. I want you to repeat this inside. I do not need validation to exist. I am allowed to take up space. I belong in my life. You are allowed to pursue what feels meaningful. You are allowed to walk away from what drains you. You are allowed to evolve into someone your past self would not recognize, but your future self will thank you for becoming. The moment you stop waiting for the world to choose you, you become unstoppable. So instead of asking, "What will happen if I try?" ask, "What will happen if I don't? Which dream will die before it sees daylight? Which part of you will never be known, even by yourself?" Life is not a rehearsal. This is the real stage, and you have a role only you can play. Take it, own it, live it. Don't wait for permission. You are the permission. And as you move forward, remember that small actions compound. One brave moment today becomes a stronger belief tomorrow. One loving choice this afternoon shapes a more beautiful reality next year. Transformation is not a single leap, it is a series of gentle decisions to show up for yourself again and again and again. Now, let's talk about something deeply practical, because spirituality becomes powerful only when applied. I am going to share with you one of the simplest routines I teach, yet its results are profound. You see, the mind loves rhythm. The body loves consistency. The soul loves intentionality. And when you support yourself throughout the day, not just once, you create momentum. You build emotional muscle. You train your energy to stay aligned with your desire. So together, we will nurture peace in the morning, awareness at midday, and manifestation at night. This is how we build a day that supports your joy rather than sabotages it. Every morning when you wake up, before checking a phone, before letting yesterday's worries flood your mind, I want you to place your hand over your heart and take 3 slow breaths. Then speak aloud this simple phrase: I expect only good to come today. Not I hope or maybe or if I'm lucky. Expect. Because expectation is belief wearing confidence. When you set your energy for goodness, your mind becomes a magnet for opportunities instead of problems. You begin noticing what aligns instead of what threatens. You begin experiencing life as a friend, not a battlefield. Then, halfway through your day, perhaps at lunch or during a short pause, ask yourself one gentle question: am I thinking from fear or from love? This question is a reset button. Fear shrinks, love expands. Fear controls, love trusts. Fear doubts, love believes. The moment you notice fear guiding the wheel, you can choose again. You can take a deeper breath. You can soften your thoughts. You can remind yourself, I am safe, to think thoughts that nurture me. You always have the power to return to peace. And finally, my favorite moment, the night. Nighttime is sacred because the subconscious mind becomes wide open, as curious and teachable as a child. Whatever you feed it right before sleep becomes a blueprint it uses overnight. So don't feed it anxiety, don't feed it replayed arguments, don't feed it worst-case scenarios. Feed it peace. Feed it dreams. Feed it belief. For 2 minutes, just 2, close your eyes and imagine already living the life you desire. Feel it as if it is happening now. Feel the joy. Feel the relief. Feel the gratitude of, finally, it's here. Your subconscious does not argue. It does not resist. It simply says, yes, this must be true. And from that moment, alignment begins. This morning, noon, night practice is not about perfection. It's about devotion. It's about choosing yourself 3 times a day until choosing yourself becomes natural. It's about forming a loving relationship with your mind instead of trying to fight it. It's about remembering over and over that your happiness is worth the effort. And the more you support yourself, the easier everything becomes. A peaceful morning becomes a powerful day. A conscious midday becomes a clearer mind. A loving night becomes a more aligned tomorrow. If you truly commit to this, not with pressure, But with love, you will notice shifts, subtle at first, then undeniable. You will feel lighter when you wake. You will recover faster from stress. You will look in the mirror and recognize someone who finally feels like you. And when people around you ask, "What changed?" you will smile softly and think, "Everything changed the day I stopped waiting for life and started choosing life." And now, in quoted, remember, joy is not random. Peace is not accidental. Alignment is not a miracle. Alignment creates miracles. And every day, you have 24 hours to return to yourself. 24 hours to choose what nourishes you. 24 hours to build a life that feels like home. So now, take a breath with me. Deep, loving, intentional. Feel your ribs expand. Feel your heart respond. And whisper gently, "I expect only good to come today. I think with love. I rest in faith. I am the creator of my experience." Let those words settle. Let them become the way your energy moves through the world. Because this isn't just a routine, it is a declaration. I am no longer living by default. I am living by design. There is something very beautiful that happens when a person finally decides, "I deserve to feel good now." Because up until that moment, they are waiting for circumstances to change, waiting for approval, waiting for a future day when they believe happiness will finally be acceptable. But happiness is not something you qualify for after you have earned enough, achieved enough, or impressed enough people. Happiness is your essence. It is who you were before the world convinced you to struggle. And today, you remembered what was always true. Joy is your birthright. Everything we have walked through together has been guiding you toward one simple truth. You are the creative force in your life, not through stress, not through force, but through the energy you choose to carry, through the thoughts you repeat, through the meaning you give each moment. When you think thoughts that feel loving, your life becomes more loving. When you think thoughts that feel hopeful, doors appear where walls once stood. And when you think thoughts that feel good, good flows into every area of your life. This is why you are learning to choose with intention. You choose clarity over confusion because when your desire is clear, reality knows where to go. You choose identity over longing because becoming the version of you who already has the life you want is the secret to receiving it. You choose peace over pressure because relaxation is faith, and faith is the soil where miracles grow. You choose to guide your mind gently because the thoughts you feed yourself today become the experiences you live tomorrow. And you choose joy again and again because joy aligns you with everything you desire. You have discovered that you are always manifesting not through trying, but through being. So instead of chasing outcomes, you are learning to embody the energy of already having. You learned how to clean the home of your mind, to filter out what weakens your spirit and invite in what strengthens your heart. You learned that nighttime is sacred, that the subconscious mind receives your imagination as instruction. You learned the power of repetition, that each loving thought repeated becomes a new belief, and each belief becomes a new reality. You learn that allowing works far better than obsessing, because obsession comes from fear and allowing comes from trust. You are no longer asking, "How will this happen?" because you finally understand that is the universe's job, not yours. Your job is to know what you want, believe it is possible, feel it as though it is already yours, take the steps you can take, and then relax. The universe does the heavy lifting once you stop interfering. So now, you don't argue with life. You don't beg for miracles. You don't fight for what is already aligned with you. You relax. You trust. You allow. You have learned that peace is not weakness, it is mastery. When you are calm, you are powerful. When you stop reacting to everything that tries to steal your focus, you stay in command of your energy. And peace is magnetic. Peace invites clarity. Peace invites opportunity. Peace invites love. Peace aligns you with the highest outcomes available. You are becoming the person who wakes up and expects good, who pauses midday and returns to love, who falls asleep as if the dream is already here. You are training your nervous system to feel safe in joy. You are teaching your mind that blessings are normal. You are reminding the universe, "I am ready to receive." And now, as we close this practice together, I want you to place your hand on your heart. Yes, right now. Feel that gentle rhythm. That is life loving you without asking for anything in return. That is proof that you are supported by something far greater than fear. Feel the warmth under your palm that is your power glowing from within. Breathe deeply into that power. Let your mind soften. Let your shoulders drop. Let the world fall away until only peace remains. And very slowly, with deep sincerity, speak these words into your heart. I choose to enjoy my life today. Not someday, not after I fix myself, not when life becomes easier. Today. Again, feel the vibration. Life supports me in every way. The right people, the right opportunities, the right ideas, the right timing, all coming together beautifully for me. Once more, with knowing I am in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. Even when I cannot see the full picture, even when I do not yet understand, everything is aligning in my favor. And now, breathe in gratitude for what is already yours. Then, breathe out relief for what you no longer need to carry. Say this softly. Everything I want is already on the way to me. It is not missing. It is not delayed. It is simply organizing. It is simply preparing. It is simply becoming visible. And now the most important line of all, I relax, I trust, I allow, I don't force, I don't chase, I don't fear. I allow life to love me the way it has always wanted to. Let these final words echo in your soul. All is well, all is working, all is coming. Everything good, everything beautiful, everything meant for me, because I have chosen a peaceful mind. I have chosen joy as my new identity. I have chosen myself. This is the moment your new life begins, and I am so proud of you. I am celebrating you. I am cheering for you. You are the magic. You are the miracle. You are the creator. And darling, The universe is responding. My darling, before we go, I want you to sit with your hand gently resting on your heart and just feel how deeply loved you are in this very moment. Your heart has been beating faithfully for you since the day you arrived on this earth, and it has never once asked for permission to keep loving you. It simply does. That alone is proof that life wants you here. Life treasures you. Life supports you in more ways than you can even comprehend. So right now, allow yourself to feel safe. Allow yourself to feel guided. Allow yourself to feel chosen by the universe. Because you are. I want you to know that everything you desire is already forming, already aligning, already moving toward you. And the only thing you ever truly need to do is say yes. Yes to joy. Yes to peace. Yes to your own worth. Yes to receiving. You do not have to fight for what is meant for you. You do not have to struggle for what is yours. When you soften and relax into trust, you open the pathway for miracles to enter with ease. That is why I encourage you to breathe slowly, to release the tension in your shoulders, to let your mind and body remember that all is well even before you see evidence. You are allowed to enjoy your life now. You are allowed to celebrate yourself now. You are allowed to feel proud of who you are becoming, even if the world has not yet applauded you. Happiness is not something you earn later. Happiness is a choice you make today. And when you choose joy, the universe rushes to meet you at that level. When you choose peace, you become a magnet for clarity and solutions. When you choose to believe in the goodness of life, that goodness begins to show up everywhere you look. Remember, nothing about you is accidental. You are intentionally designed, purposefully placed, divinely guided. Every breath you take is a reminder that you matter, you belong, you are worthy of the most beautiful experiences this world can offer. And even on the days when you forget this truth, life does not forget. Even when you doubt yourself, love does not doubt you. Even when you feel alone, you are surrounded by invisible support gently leading you forward. So as you step into the rest of your day, or into a peaceful night's rest, feel the comfort of knowing that you do not walk alone. You have countless forces cheering for your success and healing waiting patiently for you to allow it. Trust that what is unfolding is far greater than anything you've imagined. Trust that delays are not denials. Trust that the rhythm of the universe is perfect, and you are always exactly where you need to be. Say this with me in your heart. I am loved. I am guided. I am safe to relax. I am aligned with everything good. I am worthy of happiness today, and everything I desire is on its way to me with grace and joy. I am sending you so much love. I am holding you in a soft embrace of belief and comfort. Your life is blossoming beautifully, and I am so honored to witness your growth. Take this peace with you now. Let it glow from within you, and know with absolute certainty that all is well in your world. Always with love, Louise.